What is going on? Young men between 18 and 29. I am the over 50 guy. Listen, in my comments the other day for the video that I did, there were a lot of questions around what should I be doing now to build myself as a young man. And as I look back on my time, there's a few things that stand out to me. We've talked about a few of them already. Not being caught up in chasing women and chasing box. The other one was not having children before you can adequately take care of them, because that too can be a distraction. The other one, guys, a few more things that I can think of right off top as I look back on it, that if I could do something differently, knowing what I know now. Finding out what my passion is, number one. Guys, it sucks. It absolutely sucks to have to trade dollars for hours, which is what a lot of people do. And you think that, if I can just get that high-paying job, which a high-paying job helps, but at the end of the day, a high-paying job is just that. It's a job. And there's an acronym for a job, J-O-B, just over broke. And when you find people who have jobs, because 9 times out of 10, they're spending up to whatever they're making. So the reality of it is, a lot of people who work jobs are just over broke. Now, I'm not saying a job is a bad thing. You absolutely need one to survive and to sustain yourself. But what you also need is to find your passion, that thing that you will do if nobody was paying you, that thing that you love to do, that thing that you are excited about. Listen, you find out that thing early and you learn how to monetize it. You learn a high-paying job is just that. It's a job. And there's an acronym for a job, J-O-B, just over broke. And when you find people who have jobs, because 9 times out of 10, they're spending up to whatever they're making. So the reality of it is, a lot of people who work jobs are just over broke. Now, I'm not saying a job is a bad thing. You absolutely need one to survive and to sustain yourself. But what you also need is to find your passion, that thing that you will do if nobody was paying you, that thing that you love to do, that thing that you are excited about. Listen, you find out that thing early and you learn how to dollars for hours, which is what a lot of people do. And you think that, if I can just get that high-paying job, which a high-paying job helps, but at the end of the day, a high-paying job is just that. It's a job. And there's an acronym for a job, J-O-B, just over broke. And when you find people who have jobs, because 9 times out of 10, they're spending up to whatever they're making. So the reality of it is, a lot of people who work jobs are just over broke. Now, I'm not saying a job is a bad thing. You absolutely need one to survive and to sustain yourself. But what you also need is to find your passion, that thing that you will do if nobody was paying you, that thing that you love to do, that thing that you are excited about. You find out that thing early and you learn how to monetize it. You learn how to make money off of it. So then you can be working your job to sustain and take care of yourself while at the same time pursuing your passion. And over time, learning enough about that passion of yours to where you can make real money at it. For me, when I was between 18 and 29, it was the gym. It was working out. I was passionate about that. Now, if I would have gotten into personal training, if I would have gotten into something that was associated with that, because that's what I'm excited about and that's what I like, so I can go to work during the day, so I can take care of my rent, take care of my car note and all of that stuff, but at night I can pursue that passion, then who knows where I would have been today just by pursuing my passion. And what I got caught up in, and what a lot of guys my age got caught up in, is just landing that big job. Or if I can get on with the fire department, if I can get on with the car plant, that'll solve all my problems. And that's just not necessarily the case, guys. So finding what your passion is would be the first thing. The second thing that you need to do during this time as far as building yourselves is, if you have to work a job, you want to find the right one to work, right? And the right one to work is building trades. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not with the, go to college, get the degree, and get the good job. That's over. That's over. Unless you're going to college to be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, that's even questionable. You're really spinning your wheels. And I would defy anybody in the comments section to tell me differently. That you can go to school for 4 years, amass a shit ton of debt with loans and that type of thing, just to come out and not even be working in your field and have to go and get a job that is paying less than what you're probably doing now. So I'm a big proponent, guys, that if you have to work, the building trades is what you need to be doing now. Electrician, plumber, carpenter, you get on that list. It may take them a couple of years to call you to start your program. You're going to be working in between time anyway. And then you start your training, and within 3 or 4 years, you go from an apprentice to a journeyman, and then you top out at that, and now you're making some real money. I lucked out with a good job at 23. I lucked up on it, actually, but it was a high-paying job, and that carried me all the way into my 40s. But again, it was a job, right? So if you have to work a job, if you're building yourself, you're between 18 and 29, you need a really good job. And the best thing that's going out here now is building trades. So you can get involved with that. Another thing that I would do, I'll take care of my body, guys. You need to be in a gym somewhere. This process is going to take you some time. This isn't overnight. This building yourself process is going to take some years. So you want to take care of yourself so that when you get to the top of the mountain of this process, you're in good health. Not to mention the fact, guys, that, when you're walking around and you are in shape, the confidence that gives you, competence that you feel within yourself. Made a lot of mistakes in my 20s, but being in shape and feeling good about myself, feeling confident about myself is one of the things that I did right. So building yourself is going to require you to feel like doing something. So taking care of your health, getting into the gym so you feel like, as opposed to laying around all day, gaining all kinds of weight, you don't feel like doing anything because you're fat as fuck. No, we got to stop that. So taking care of yourself is essential now in this building yourself process. One more thing I'll mention. I want you guys to be reading. You don't even have to read now. Google search stuff about the thing that you're passionate about. One of the things that I did early on, I was a voracious reader. Like, I wanted to learn something, and back in my day, I had to go to the bookstores and, I had to get magazines. You guys can, between Google and YouTube and TikTok, you can learn anything, right? So start reading. It doesn't even have to be about your field. You can start reading on how to become more confident, how to become a better communicator, these types of things. These are the things that are going to help you as you get older. I didn't think about those things. Again, we were just too busy chasing bugs to think about how, learning how to communicate better, learning how to manage our time better, and things like that would play such a pivotal role when we got older. So you don't even have to leave your house. You can start doing that right now. Taking care of yourself, landing a good job, or getting into a position where you can have a job that is paying you a lot of money. If you land that job, not just fucking off your money, we did a lot of that between, again, women, between cars and clothes. And man, there was a time where my closet alone could have been a house note and a car note combined. You have to be wise with your money at this age. And I'm not telling you you can't be young and you can't do, what young people do. Yes, go out and buy a car, a nice car, or this, that, and the other. But guys, you have to be wise with it. Knowing what I know now, with that good job I had, I would have set up an IRA Roth account, putting in a couple $100s in my 20s. And by the time I got up to my 40s, man, that thing would have been huge. So managing money correctly, getting a decent job, not tricking money off with women and clothes and dumb shit like that. Not having children. These are the things that between 18 and 29 you guys should be focused on. And I'll get into more detail with all of those, but just answering the questions in my comments, what should I be doing to build myself at this age? These are the things that you guys should be doing. Okay? Listen, I hope that helped. I am the Over 50 guy. We'll be back with another one soon.